Greetings. There we go. Free readings. Free readings. Now, I'm going to do this. Hi, I'm Mira Sankofa Kwali with A.S.K Coaching Ministries. And I am just here to do maybe 10 minutes worth of free reading. So if this is what you're wanting to do, then come on to my page. And I will give you a free reading for only 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the time that I'm going to do this. So who's ever ready? Come on now. And I got you. So whenever you're ready, I got a free reading. Don't be shy. Come on right now, because I don't know how to tag people in. I told you all I was doing it at 4:30. So if you want to get on, you'll get on right now. If not, I'm shutting it down. For those that said, they missed out, I told you all out 2 hours in advance that I was going to get it done. Of course, I'm with A.S.K Coaching Ministries. That is my business. And I am the Revolutionary Master Healer. And I'm here to really help people to get more into their energy and to learn more about themselves, get spiritual cleansing, and whatever else. If you go to my website, which is www.as314life.com, or you can reach me at 502-208-9142. You can text me to schedule appointment time. You can go to my website and book an appointment time. Right now, this is a new year of 2017. Well, I will triple my healing technique and triple my work with others. I'm not turning anyone down with this year, as long as you're willing to do the work. I'm willing to do my end to ensure that you are healing. You ready, sis? I know. Okay, I got you. Hold on. Okay, so a couple things that I do see. Okay, so a couple of things. You need to get more heavily into uniting more with people who have like a lot of things that you were trying to do with yourself, like minds, like energies. You need to get more equally yoked with finding more people that you can connect with more on a spiritual level, and also on a business level, and working with people who view and like some of the same things you do. So you won't be afraid to hide, and hiding yourself, because I think a lot of times we hide ourselves because we're not around enough people who would appreciate that qualities that we have within ourselves and that view things more on a higher octane. So you need to align yourself, maybe join a spiritual group or organization or something where people is really needing to connect, because you definitely need to connect with more people who are like-minded like yourself, or even people who you want to be like, you know what I mean, like energies. Like, okay, for example, if you're wanting to explore like meditation, so you need to link up with more people that into more meditation. So that's what I mean by that. Or join some type of organization, unofficial or officially. So that's one of the things that you really, really, really need to do, and get more in tune with discovering who you are spiritually, and chasing and sort of chasing things. I think things need to come more to you, and that comes through the mind state. So I think you restrict yourself a lot of times. I don't think you limit yourself from certain things, certain blessings, or exploitation because of the traditions that you had to have as a child and that you carried with you. So you restrict yourself spiritually. You restrict yourself upon rising to a higher level in your life. And there's too much restriction around you, and you have to stop restricting yourself. So there is such a thing of, discovering a meaningful life, and viewing yourself and looking at yourself and wanting to be more in tune with yourself. So how can you really do that if you are restricted? So I know a lot of times, we have strong moral codes in our family, embedded strong moral codes. So you have to really rediscover what are your moral codes here and now. What do you really want to do? What do you advise? Because what you felt yesterday is not how you feel today. What you felt 3 days ago is not how you feel today. Tomorrow is not what it is. You know what I mean? So you have to rediscover what it is that you're trying to find. Okay. Okay. So this next thing that I'm kind of filling out also is that there are things that you have certain insights to that you have to start tapping into, and not being afraid to go there with that energy, because of the way that perhaps what you again been embedded with. So you have to release your fears, because a lot of your fears and insecurities are holding you back to that powerful level. Hi sis. Hi Sister Maya. So you have to get more into talking and working with yourself, and exploring and embracing who you really are. And you have to embrace your past and understand that your past was your past, and that you gotta look at it like a traveling bag. Like, for example, how some people, like, the song Erykah Badu, like, bag lady, you carrying around a lot of your baggage because you are trying to move on. You have to move forward. So you can't take all the bags with you. I know I tell everybody this all the time. I know it's annoying, but it's the truth. So you can't take all these bags with you. You have to leave some. You have to force yourself to leave some, because hello Curtis. So you can't force yourself to take all these bags with you. You don't have to go on this long trip. You need to go on a trip and drop all those bags, all those memories. You can have the memories, but you can't keep reliving the past, and the past pain, and the past disappointment, the past felt energy. You can't keep reliving that. So you have to leave those bags at a city near you in order for you to go to the next level. So that is my advice. Okay? All right. I think I'm done on you, sis June. Yay! Okay. So next person, Amaya, you want your reading? So say yes if you want it. If not, say please don't do that. But if you don't, say yes, and within the next few seconds, I'm going to do it. Curtis, would you like a reading as well? I got you after Sister Maya. 1 second. She started laughing, yeah. Because I'm going, you welcome, sis. Cool, yay. She's going to get a reading. Yay, energy, energy. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, give me a second here. You know I got to get in tune. I didn't know how big my eyes were until I started like doing videos. I thought my eyes were smaller than what they are. And I really started looking at them. I really do have big eyes. Look. So, I don't know. I'm trying to get those eyes where they start attracting people and start luring them in and go, come on. But anyway, let me try. You know I'm stalling. It's going to get raggedy. Oh wow, that's negative, sis. But don't tell me that. You know, let me tell you. It's probably not going to want to talk about your mom. It's probably going to want to talk about you. Curtis, I got you too after Maya. Give me 1 second. Jeez, these cards is... Since I get to your little dang on reading, my cards acting funny. What's that about? What you doing? What you doing over there? Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right. You ready? Okay. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Well, they said you're wearing unnecessary, and that you are keeping yourself from venturing out to where you need to go because you worry so much and you allow people to get in your head. Well, I guess it is kind of not your mom, but you do kind of allow things to get in your head that don't need to be there, and you need to accept who you are as a person instead of trying to make others see you as who you really are, which is a good person. I know you personally. You're a really good person. So I think you need to let go of a lot of things that have been stored upon you, and you have to stop reliving certain things from your past. It's just like I told the sister. You have that effect as well, and you have a lot of anxiety right now during this current situation. So you have to move forward. It feels like you're moving forward. It feels like it's a restriction on you moving forward. It's not necessarily a restriction. Hi, Bilal. But what it really is that you're at a halt at right now, but that halt right now is just really temporary. It won't be forever. In a little while, you will begin to pick up more stride in the things that you're doing. We're not going to so it's definitely a good time for you to recharge your batteries. So try to do, when your children are asleep, try to do more meditations and try to get more in tune. I know you're a very in tune person. You're very spiritual. You're very at peace, but you have to get more back to who you are again in your mind. You are definitely reaching a milestone in your life, and you have to just do things from a new approach. And I know you've been working on that. You're really working on trying to move into a different approach, but you just have to work a little bit harder at that, okay? But it's coming for you. I do feel it. and you will get more. You have to start reviewing and acknowledge your progression, because you are progressing. I know it doesn't feel like it, but you really are. But it's going to take time for it to really be shown. I know you feel like you're moving backwards, but you really haven't. It just feels like that. It's just you are on the program to really understanding who you really are. So you have to go through these bumps and bruises in order to get to the promised land, as they say. So don't like underestimate yourself. I think a lot of times you underestimate yourself too much, and you don't know how powerful you are. And you have to really get back into that power that you secretly have inside of you. It just has to come out. So, boo, make it come out. I got something else for you, too. I got to tell you something else. Give me a second here. I'm trying to find my thing again. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I try to make sure I have my volume up. I don't know why I feel like I didn't have my volume up. Yeah, you did need that. You have. Yeah, you do need to write down your accomplishments. Why not? You got time to do it. What else you gonna do today? Besides take care of your beautiful babies. So you need to definitely stay more present in the situation. You don't need to stay in the present situation because you're unhappy. We know you're unhappy. And that's okay. You shouldn't be happy in the situation. And the beautiful thing is that you don't want to settle. And that's wonderful, because you're not happy in your circumstances. You don't want to be in the circumstances, and that's going to make you push to work harder, because, you know, a lot of times we get in situations, we become comfortable, and because we become comfortable, we don't see things clearer. You know what I mean? And so because you're not comfortable, it's going to make you work harder. So that's a good thing. So you got to look at it from that standpoint and stop downing yourself. I'm so sick of you downing yourself, because you're beautiful. Both of you sisters are beautiful. Also, there's a lot of plenty possibilities that are freeing you up from a healthy, harmonious type of life that you're going to want in the future, that you want now in your head, but you're going to have later on in the future. You just have to build up your confidence in your abilities that you already have and that you look forward to. So the truth is, the situation is now you have to act on, and you know how they say, act on faith. You got to step out on faith. You know that old saying. But it's really true. You got to kind of just know, because a lot of stuff that you've done have been what? Based upon what? Faith. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to go out there. Don't allow yourself to get confused. Don't allow yourself to feel helpless, because you're not. There's an illusion that you're being trapped, and you're really not trapped. It just feels like it because of the situation you're in, and because of people trying to make you feel like you're a child. You're not a child. You're a grown-ass woman. So know that, and you have to show that. And you're not a victim. Don't allow yourself to feel like a victim. You have been victimized, but it's a difference between being victimized than being a victim. So you're not a victim. So you have to start showing that you're not a victim, because a lot of times when we have been victimized as women, even as men, that we get into this thing of not really wanting to get out of the victimized role. So you have to get out that role. That's all it is. So that's all I got to say about that. So I guess I'm supposed to do, who am I supposed to do? Did I miss somebody? Who else was next? I can't see the bottom. I'm getting ready to look. I got to look at it. Hold on one second, y'all. Because I'm trying to look and see who I was supposed to do. I don't remember. Who? I don't even know. Who was I supposed to do? Who was the brother? I'm trying to look to see. Was it Curtis? Okay, Curtis. Okay, I apologize. Curtis Wilson. Okay, cool. All right, give me a second here. And whoever else want to read in, you're welcome to. You can have a reading too. The other person that's on my thing that's liking my stuff, you can have a reading. Anybody. But I try not to say certain things, but I might touch on some things, but I'll be trying not to say certain things because I don't want to put nobody business out there. Uh, hey, sister, how you doing? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do Curtis real quick. Even if he left, at least he'll still have it for later. And anybody else that want to read him, I'll go ahead. Hey, sister. Hey, Sister Hunter. What's going on? What's going on in the rent? What you talking about? What you want to? No, I'm just playing. Give me a second. Oh shit. Excuse my French. Y'all know I'm a cursing revolutionary healer. I'm not one of them typical, oh, I'm with the sun, I'm with the moon. I'm with the moon and the sun, but sometimes I get bad and angry at the sun. 1 second. Okay, ooh, somebody's maybe getting married, maybe a wedding proposal, someone's falling in love, someone is needing to balance their emotions because they're kind of, so the emotions need to be balanced out. I'll tell you in inbox, sis. That's cool. So you definitely need to balance your inbox. I do see some invitations going out to some kind of event that's supposed to be occurring. So get prepared for that. I see a lot of romance. Woo woo. Valentine's Day is coming up, I guess. For most people, I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, but not a knock to those that do. But there's a lot of in contemplation. There's a lot of things that's going on in your head. So you definitely need to get balanced. You definitely need to have that balancing thing going, and you really have to get really in tune with the things that you are trying to accomplish this year. Because this year, like majority of our people, is going to be a unique year. And that's not saying good or bad. It's really kind of how you make it. But we have to revisit certain forms of blessings of energy and looking outside of ourselves. I think that looking outside of yourselves and put your logical, I've been saying this all day today, so don't feel bad. So you're not the only person I told this. So you have to put your logic with your emotional and your physical and mental health all together and balance it out. And not allow yourself to get caught into the just the love purity, because sometimes, and I can tell that you love really hard, and because you love really hard, sometimes loving, because I'm a love harder, I'm a person who loves hard as well, and sometimes with us, we get into a situation where when a person doesn't give us what we exactly need, it breaks us, or if we get set up for hurt a lot faster, and that's just something sometimes that, because we have so much love to give, so sometimes you have to sometimes putting too much love into one person sometimes can be very scary. Did you hear what I was saying about the marriage, love, and all that other stuff? I don't know if you heard that, but you might have to go back and replay it, but because you can press play after it's over with. So you have to kind of work within and not allow yourself to be unbalanced with love, because you might have to start putting love in other things, like putting love, like you can love this person, you can love this person, but also loving yourself just as much, and knowing not when to fall for certain things, or putting love into a project, you know what I'm saying, just kind of putting love into a certain things, because you don't want to get into that you love so hard that any disappointment, any form of disappointment will break you. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful of that. That's all I'm saying. And love is good. And I'm a person that loves hard, but I'm telling you, I done found out that although I'm a master revolutionary healer, but sometimes loving so hard sometimes can mess your head up. Please believe. So the next thing that I do see is there are going to be a lot of good things coming your way. There are a lot of long-term plans that you're planning at. You're on the right pathway. I see a lot of optimism around you. A lot of good times. So this is a really good time for you as of right now, unless you do something else to alter it and mess it up, or someone else does something and they don't see your potential that you have within you, that this is going to be a really good year for you. So it's all about you taking those strides, taking a moment to enjoy yourself and not downplay your blessings. Because sometimes we get into the habit of not appreciating what we have in front of us. So you have to appreciate what you have in front of you and just kind of go back, start making long-term plans in your mind and start envisioning the things that you want and expectations that you have for yourself, and foreseeing who you really are, and just kind of keeping and understanding, find some purposes on your life. Because yes, you know some things about your purpose for your life, but in other cases, your purpose of your life can change for you. And don't feel bad about your future altering, because you know your future can always alter. That doesn't mean that just sometimes it just means it's a cut in the middle for that. And don't take it like it's been altered for the bad. Sometimes alterations can be a good thing, because it may stop you from making certain mistakes, or it could certainly bless you in different kinds of ways. So what else do I see? And you asked me, give me 1 second here. I'm trying to respond to a text. So you're asking me about the meaning. That's like, I guess that's a God number or a spiritual number that they call it. And that's just basically telling you that you are encouraged and that something is guiding you. And there's a lot of positive energy and inner strength that's working towards your benefit. So yeah, if you see that 444, that's what that means. Okay. Let's see. What else? Did I see something else? Okay. So there is a new beginning for you, and you are on a great new beginning, and there is a right path. So I definitely see proposals and marriages and invitations to some kind of event that's supposed to be coming up. So you might be getting an invitation to something pretty soon, or if you haven't already received it. So anyway, anybody else next? And you're welcome, by the way. Miss Hunter, you want to go ahead and get one then? Oh, was it Bilal? Was it Hunter? I do Hunter, or did I do Bilal? Because I don't know which one of you all were first and last, and I want to be fair. You're missing some opportunity. Taurus is a Taurus, and she is 15. She's going through a lot, but I can't get in. Okay, well, don't feel bad, because my mother felt the same way. And Taurus children, especially, yeah, not just men, just Taurus children, that's normal for you not to be a beginning at 15. At 15, Tauruses have a natural battle within themselves, and because they have their own natural battle within themselves, it's hard for anybody else on the outside to understand that. And sometimes we don't know that we're having a battle within ourselves, and it's hard for us to even fathom what is going on. So she's going through a lot within herself, because she is a Taurus, because she's a female, she's a Taurus, and then she's at a hormonal stage because she's going through the rediscovering her womanhood, and she's trying to find her womanhood rather. And because of that issue, it's going to keep plaguing with her. So you, as a mother, you have to be patient, because if you push, you're going to push her away. Okay, so you got to be careful of that. Opportunity with a lot of stuff. You're missing a lot of opportunity. It looks like business wise, it looks like financial wise, it looks like on that level. So you have to place yourself to understand, to open your eyes to these great opportunities that's right in front of you. And you have to stop allowing yourself to feel emotionally trapped. You feel emotional trapped, so you have to start focusing on what you have to stop focusing on things that you have to start appreciating things that you already have, and not focusing on things that you really want. Okay, because things you really want can come to you, and is right to come to you, but you have to first seize the time on the opportunities you already have in front of you. If you don't do that, then that's what it is. Yes, that's true, Curtis. You do have a right learning about, understanding about what you create, and manifesting it within your mind. Yes, I definitely agree with that, and I teach people how to do that, so that's fine. But yes, sister, so don't get lost in your own little world. And a lot of times, you can't allow yourself to get lost into your own little world. You can't allow yourself to feel bad about something. And you have to let go of the guilt that you're feeling at times. So just continue to try and talk to your baby, but don't push her. Just start trying to do things with her, like taking her, to do, get her nails done. Y'all get your nails done together or something like that. Or go shopping, or go window dressing, and just, you don't have to necessarily talk to her, but just kind of walk around with her, and just, because we don't, might want to be too affectionate, because that will annoy her, and it's going to push her away. So try to just be there, and eventually she will open up to you, but it's going to take some time. But she doesn't understand what is going on with her herself. She thinks it's one thing, but it's not necessarily that thing. But, throughout her whole entire life, she's going to have a battle. Because Tauruses always have battles within themselves, because it's all about, we see like this big old thing in front of us that is for us, and that we feel like it's so hard to reach that. You know what I mean? It's like success. It's like we're afraid of success. We fear success. We fear being great. You know what I mean? It's a battle. Me as a Taurus, I'm a master revolutionary healer. And I battle sometimes my greatness, because I am really great. I'm really good at readings. I'm really good at a lot of things. Healing, okay, as a matter of fact. And it's just so hard to fathom, like, how do I have this gift? How do I know how to do this? And that's what your daughter's going through. It's like, and then on top of that, she has to deal with people at school. She got to deal with all these different energies. She got to deal with trying to find out who she is. She's still trying to find who she is as a person, as a human being. So it does look like you need to give birth to your dreams more, sis. And you need to nurture yourself and others. I told somebody this earlier. But you definitely got to start nurturing yourself. You have to start nurturing. So you have to be less of a tyrant. Don't be mad at me. But you got to be less of a tyrant and be more of a nurturer. We know that you have nurturing tendencies. You go through nurturing spells, but you got to really nurture now. You got to nurture. When I say tyrant, you're really hard on yourself. So you have to nurture yourself. If you nurture yourself, you can start nurturing others a lot more. Okay, you're going to text me when you're not driving? Okay, that's cool. So that's what I have for you. So, I guess I can go on to Bilal. Bilal, you wanting a reading? I'm almost going to wrap this up if nobody else chimes on to this. I am wrapping up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you really need to start being more committed to things. You're kind of everywhere, and you need to really get settled and buckle down and start following, following through with your promises, because you make promises, but you break them a lot. So you have to be more committed to where you need to be committed to. You got to start getting things accomplished a little bit more. You're not pushing yourself entirely. You do have a few blocks in your life that's kind of that you feel limited, which a lot of us do. So don't feel bad about that. That's kind of somewhat normal in some cases, but it doesn't have to be a norm. You can always change that, okay? Because we do all go through different bumps and bruises throughout life. So you have to start, following through, and not failure is more along the lines is not trying. Failure does not happen when you are trying. Failure happens when you don't try. Now, if you do it and you don't if you do it and it's not up to par, then you can reboot, or it just wasn't meant for you. But at least you tried it, so that's the success in it, okay? So how would you know unless you try, right? So you two also need to start going to people who are on the same page as you are. I know a lot of times it's good to have diversity. It's really good to have people who may think differently than you do sometimes. But right now, it's not the time for you to be around a whole lot of people who think differently than you. Right now, it's a time for you to find people who think the way that you do in some ways, because that will help you to start aligning yourself to get definitely help you to get more things accomplished too. Because if you are trying to get something accomplished and then you have people around you that's trying to do and accomplish the same things, then that'll push you to do it. So you want to be around people that have that energy in that life. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Do we have anybody else? I will try to stay on here for another second. 1 second here. Girl, shout out, doing it live now. Almost wrapping it up. Okay. Wrap is spelled with a W, right? I probably am embarrassing myself. Okay. So if anybody wants to get a reading right now is the best time. So just put on here, put on my little thing. Let me pull it back up because I can't see my face. I had to write a comment. So if you want to go ahead and get a reading, right now is the best time. I am ready to do a free reading for you, a free sample reading. I really should call them samples because my readings are way more intense than that. So if you're ready now, I'm ready to give it. If not, then I guess I'll beat you next time, So hopefully we can get, somebody. I'm trying to stay on here for a little bit longer. But anyway, you can certainly find me at A.S.K Coaching Ministries. That is the name of my business. And I'm the Revolutionary Master Healer, and I'm pretty much helping people to go to different levels in their lives, whether it be through via readings, whether it be through via master cleansers or herbal supplements and things like that, or whether it's through liquids, whether it's through powders of helping you to manifest things, or whether it's the products that I make up all my products by hand. Majority, all of my products are made up by hand. Some of my jewelry may not be all the way made up through me, but some of them, majority of them are. I do my own essential oils mostly, and I have also things that people can take that it will help them to conquer a lot of ailments that they have. I also do that. I also teach people how to meditate. I teach people to find their purposes here on life. I teach people to also have a school. It's called the Reiki School, Certifications and Training. I also have that as well, and you'll find that on my website at www.ask314@live.com. So you guys can go on there, or you brothers and sisters, for my brothers and sisters on here, you can go on there and also get into that energy of tapping in. I can teach people how to tap in, but at the same time, although I can teach you how to do it, you still kind of have to already have the gift just a little bit. And some people think they have the gift and they really don't, but that's okay. Either you got it or you don't. You use it or lose it, you know. So at this stage, I'm going ahead. How do you pronounce your name? Okay. Is that Peacock? I can go ahead and do your reading now, sis. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second, sis. Somebody calling me. Yes. That was weird. Somebody gonna call me. Somebody's here to take your call. Available to take your call. But why the hell you calling me then? Give me 1 second here. It's me. Me-L. Really? Me-L? Am I saying it right? Me-L Peacock? Is that right? I hope I'm saying it right. That's an interesting name. I kind of like it. Does it have a meaning? Me-L Peacock? Okay. What does it mean? While you're doing that, I'm stalling you because I'm trying to get your energy. So, tell me what it means. Perfect? Okay. Cool. Respect. Ew, okay. Relationship stuff, right? French. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, your name's probably really French, but the name that my parents gave me was not French, and my mother really made me think it was French, and it wasn't until I learned that once I got to French class, and I was so hurt. But that's another trauma from my childhood, but whatever. So, again, let's I'm going to wrap this up, but I'm going to go ahead and do the reading as I instructed and promised to do. So it is some things that I have to tell you on a relationship thing, a relationship within yourself and a relationship with outside others, okay? Why y'all tell me I had a shape? Why y'all tell me I had the shea butter in my hair? And y'all just let me look around with my little shea butter on my hair. It had me looking crazy. Now y'all black people ought to be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, y'all see that little cup of shea butter? Anyway, perfect. Oh, honey. Okay, it means honey. Okay, well, okay. I'm sorry, sis. I jacked up your name too, didn't I? Sorry. So okay, I'm gonna get into the relationship part of it, love within yourself. Thank you, sis. So I'll finish that in a minute. So, well, let's talk about this. So you need to congratulate yourself because it's something in your life that just had been accomplished for you, and job well done. Pat on the back. Kudos. You get a black power fist from me. See? Because you've done something really great in your life that you need to show yourself appreciation for. So this type of world that's revolving around you has a sign of perfection for you, and you have really grown spiritually. And you have really grown a lot of levels of understanding the world a little bit more because of the growth, because you're older, because you've gone through a lot of different things. And you have obtained here recently a lot of joy and a lot of love. And you have a sense of feeling a form of gratitude. What's another word for gratitude? I really didn't want to use that word, but you have a sense of, you appreciation. I really use appreciation. So you really have, look, you be quiet now. I was going to tell you that about a relationship. You stop it. Let me tell you so you'll know that I'm not no joke, that I know what I'm talking about. You let me tell you that. Which brings me to the next thing. Letting go is a time that you had to move on, and you had to search for something that's more meaningful in life because you was not getting that meaningful thing within that relationship, because it brought you a lot of pain, because you was trying to fit into the ideal of what that person wanted you to fit in, because you was trying to do everything that they needed you to do, and you did it to your best ability, but they still didn't appreciate it because they don't have appreciation within themselves, and they lack a lot of love within themselves. So how can someone love you that don't love themselves to their full potential? So there is a lot of things that, when we talk about spiritual growth, there's still a ways you have to go, but the biggest, again, you still have accomplished it. So listen, I'm not trying to say it as if you have not, because you are, pat on the back, you have evolved. But of course, with evolution is a constant thing. You have to, just like energy, it's a constant thing. You have to constantly evolve. So don't get too comfortable where you are now, because you're not done growing. Okay? So you have a lot of things that you have to grow at, and you're going to enjoy the growth. Sometimes your growth is going to be a little hard because it's growing. It's like, they say growing pains. So there's going to be a lot of growing pains here. So don't feel any kind of way about it, because it's just a sign of growing pains. So you have to get more into your studies, the studies of who you're trying to be and who you actually are, because who you are now is not exactly where you need it to be. Okay. So just don't get too comfortable with that whole dynamics, because you are going to constantly improve in more ways than you think you are. I promise you. I see some other things for you in the future. So just be grateful that you got out while you could, because you're still young and you still have a whole life ahead of you, and a lot more things that you need to accomplish. But how can you truly accomplish them with you dragging dead weight? Because you was dragging dead weight, girl. We ain't gonna have that conversation, but you was dragging a lot of dead weight, and you wasn't able to really live up to your full potential. And that's why when you let go, you have had a huge burden relief. Yes, oh Lord, you did. You know you let go some dead weight, sis. We ain't gonna have that conversation, Lord. Okay, I got you, sister. But yeah, so congratulations on yourself, and don't allow yourself to feel bad or anything like that. And I know it hurts a little bit, but it's probably more relief than pain. Okay, so if you need me, I'm here, y'all. www.ask314life. I had to think about my own website. Is that bad? Anyway, www.ask314life.com. Y'all can schedule an appointment, or you can text me at 502-208-912. Ooh, I'm lying. 502-208-9142. Did I say that? I hope I did. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the read so far. I'm gonna do one last reading unless somebody else comes on here. No, thank you. You're wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for allowing me in your head for a spell. I appreciate that. And I thank your ancestors. I thank everybody's ancestors for allowing me to connect with you. Alright, sis, you want me to go ahead and do your reading? Miss Joyner. I know. Lord. Okay. Well, here's the thing about you, ma'am. I need to do your stuff again. I know that ain't true. Should I do that again? Listen, I see something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about this. I'm gonna do it again, and if that happens again, then I will tell you. But I don't know if that belongs to you. I'm gonna do it one more time. If those come back up, then I'll tell you. If that energy come back up, I'll tell you, because that energy, I'm like, where did that come from? But okay, well, I'll go ahead and tell you, but I'm gonna try to get something else for you. I'm gonna pull something else out, because it says something about wedding. Proposal, some kind of proposal that will be coming your way soon. So I don't know about that. I mean, it's possible, but that's what it say. Say something about a wedding and a proposal, an invitation to one, or some kind of a thing. Maybe somebody you know be getting married soon. Maybe that's what it is. You should tell you. I'm telling you, that's what it pulled up. And I'm like, I don't know where that came from. I don't know, child. I don't know where that came from. That's a devil's a lie. You know what they say in church. It's like, yeah. It keeps talking about a wedding. So I don't know if it's going to be... Oh, your sister? Okay. Okay. Well, she's getting married soon. Sooner than you think. Sooner than she think. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, so. Okay. There are a lot of complex decisions that you have to make. You have to juggle. You're procrastinating, it says. You're procrastinating with the things that you need to move forward on. See that eye? What eye was that? I'm trying. That eye? It's eye. Okay. See that eye? Exactly. You're procrastinating on something. You get the third eye. Third eye. If I could do my third eye, if you can see that one, it's frowning up at you too. So you have to start doing. You got to do a lot of research here in the coming months, because there are some things that's going down. So I'm going to need you to just get your research together, get as much information as you possibly can get. Prepare for a type of a war, possibly. Also, you got to review certain things and progressions. and the situation that you're having so much anxiety with, it's definitely a good time to take a vacation to recharge your energy. Just do that on a weekend. And just start taking a unique approach. You worry like way too much. Some shit you worry about you shouldn't have to worry about. I mean, it's just certain layers of your growth that, you know, the more you grow, you worry just as much as your growth expands. So although you're growing as a person, you still growing in your worrying responsibility. And I'm gonna need you to remove worrying responsibility out your vocabulary. If you can begin to do that, that will have a different level for you. But you are doing a lot of procrastination, and you're gonna have to start getting more things accomplished. And it's definitely something that's within the home. So we're gonna have to get certain colors in certain parts of your home to get more in tune. Once we start this meditation thing, we can get more in tune with getting certain things of colors in different types of rooms and wearing different colors on certain days, so you can get more adjusted into that energy, into that spirit, because it's necessary right now because of, you know, turmoil and the things that you have coming into your cipher. And if you're wanting that, and if you're needing that, and gaining that peaceful situation, that's another thing. You have to go back and gain the peace within the home, because it ain't gonna take too long for you to do that, but it's just all about you procrastinating on obtaining that peace. And that's why it's very important that you have different themes or different colors within your household. I'm going to do a video one day that's going to kind of show you what I mean. And they call it, the Chinese call it feng shui, but I don't necessarily call it that. I mean, you call it whatever you want to call it, but it does hold true to it. So if you want to call it feng shui, you can. But in my home, I have different themes in each room. My home is not, in every room, it doesn't have the same theme. Okay, like even in the hallways, I have a different theme, a different energy, because every part of your home offers a different energy, because your bedroom has a different energy than your living room. You know what I mean? So that's all important. So with the healing process that you're experiencing right now, you have to start cleansing and clearing certain areas of the home and making them into that in which you're trying to gain and manifest. So that's like very, very important. So there are certain things that you have to try and focus on, because of you have some things are unrealistic that you're asking for. You have some things are unrealistic expectations, and some are not. It's not that, okay, yes, you are a powerful being. We all have the power to manifest and make things happen. But at the same time, along with that power, it does come with certain responsibilities. And we have to be mindful about some things we're requesting of the universe. So, for example, if I request the universe that I'm just saying, for example, if I beat somebody up, right? So, am I going to request it? You know what I mean? If I shoot somebody, I hate to use that kind of language, but if someone shoots somebody, I'm just going to say but someone shoots somebody, right? And they shoot them 10 times, right? So asking the universe for them not to die is it's one of those situations like where you can't. Oh, let me get some of that. Where, yeah, I'm gonna break down in the video and give you some strawberries. But anyway, so not strawberries, but whatever it is, raspberry. So although you're requesting that, you know, it's not likely that they're gonna survive, and if they do, then that's wow. Okay. But I'm just saying of things that we're asking for, so we have to be very realistic about things that we're asking for the universe. But again, the mind is very powerful, so just understand that just kind of get more constructive with certain things you're wanting to have, because again, you can't force people. Well, that's kind of subject to, that's another conversation. But I'm trying to think on how to put that. I can't say that. I can't say that's a killer. I can't say that I can't necessarily force somebody to see me for who I am, but I can manifest that certain changes are possible to take place. I could insist that people have a free will kind of thing, but at the same time, yes, there are things that you can do to make that happen, to force people to see certain things, but it's not really a force. It's more of a, I can't explain it. I can't really explain that, but we don't have to talk on a level. If someone's trying to get somebody to do something, it's a certain way that we can get people to do things to make it work for us. So just ask for things that are realistic for you at this stage of your life. I would rather use that language. Ask for things that are realistic to your life growth and what you're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? Okay, so is that a better, I think that's an easier way for me to put it, because I can't, that's not a black and white. That statement, it could be a black or a white statement. It's not really, it's not a statement that necessarily will, it's a different type of a thing. So I can't necessarily just black and white that statement. That's like an orange, green, purple, blue diamonds type of statement. Okay, so ask for things that are more realistic to your situation. Does it make sense? Okay. So next thing, don't make, okay, so I do see a unwise choice that's about to occur in your head. Don't do it. And that's what I was talking about, that unrealistic stuff. Okay, so that's kind of branching into that. That's what I mean by that. Because of certain things that you are wanting within a situation, you have to begin to start reviewing where your, I don't want to say, what's the agenda, the said agenda for you. So whatever your said agenda is, you need to be clear about that, because you don't want to mix your agenda with your true agenda with your emotions, because your emotions and true agenda may not be one and the same. And your agenda, so you have to watch your agenda. What is your agenda for making this unwise decision? So figure out your agenda first before you make any more decisions right now currently, because you don't want to mess yourself up in the long run, because you will end up paying for it in the long run. So because of hurt, pain, and all these things, sometimes we do things out of emotion, and you don't want, a lot of us, we're so emotional. We're emotional people. We're empaths. Majority of a lot of us are empaths. A lot of us actually have feelings. We love hard. We have a certain way of doing things, and we begin to lose focus because we love this particular thing more than we love ourselves. And so we have to work against that. So I'm wrapping this video up. If anybody has any questions or want to schedule an appointment with me, I'll be happy to do that. Thank you. You good, Sean?